Before I'd like to say this shouldn't be viewed as an anti-survivor video, or a pro-mastermind one either. I'll be covering some BS that can be done on both sides, but the matter of the fact is this. The BS that the masterminds can pull off is absolutely dwarfed by the BS that the survivors can pull off. For you insta-disliking, say mastermind is overpowered, look at the win stats. Why not give me a chance to show you what I mean? For one, those stats are skewed by early player numbers not having a clue what to do. Early players would die most of the time trying to find out what it is they need to do and where they need to go. And I think that's why so much time was given in the first place. I don't think it was recognised that at some point players would start playing optimally and need nowhere near as much time. I'm sure we've all had the experience of a survivor on our team carrying a key card or the puzzle piece and not using it, and everybody's like, this way, you know, emoting, come on, but we all die because this person doesn't have a clue what they're doing. Secondly, if enough people get fed up of playing Mastermind because they feel it is too stressful and hopeless, then the player pool will shrink drastically, and you'll end up with a situation like Dead by Daylight, eternity spent waiting between matches as survivors because people can't be bothered with the stress and BS of playing Killer. I don't hate this game. In fact, I haven't loved a game this much in a long time, so I wanted to survive. I haven't made a video on video games before, but I just really want to try and help fix this game. And so with that, let's get on with it. To start with, one of the biggest disparities is the amount of time survivors can gain compared to how much masterminds can take away. Bar a few circumstances, of course, one of which I will be highlighting later when I show some of the major mastermind BS that you can pull off. You get time for killing anything. 10 seconds for any zombie. Why is a crawling zombie 10 seconds and a tough zombie 10 seconds? 5 for a dog and 15 for a lick it. A gun camera gives you 15 seconds, a mastermind controlled camera gives you 10. Puzzle pieces give you 20 when they're handed in, and consoles give you 30 when you swipe the card, and you get 70 for killing the security zombie that was holding the card. Biocores give 30. At the end of area 1 and 2 you get 15 apiece for each survivor, and another 60 for getting to the next area, so usually another 2 minutes. The final gate also gives 60 seconds when you activate it, whilst only taking 30 seconds to open. I toyed with the idea of trying to prevent the gate from being activated, but look, here in this clip, Martin literally only just gets to the door, and so they must have just pressed the button. Certainly didn't touch it and pull the handle down like in the animation, and it activated it. Why is it completed even when the animation isn't even halfway done? Imagine that as soon as a zombie grabs you, you lose 15 seconds regardless of whatever happens. That would be awful. A lot of the current meta for masterminds revolves around not playing main creatures. How exciting for a Resident Evil game. Let's just sit behind a turret and shoot out guns because we feel like any creature that gets put down is a gift, because it will be stun locked and killed in 5 seconds by any good survivor, especially 4. The only way to not be stun locked is to have Daniel's rank 14 endurance trait, and even then you're only one zombie. It seems like the only way to win against good, optimal, coordinated survivors, as any other mastermind other than Spencer, is to use some kind of gimmick deck like insta-explosion traps, which is some major BS, or mass horde spamminette, or BS passive healing unkillable zombies as Daniel by using a regen and vampire ability. A lot of my games I can't even use my cameras in any of the areas that the survivors are in because they almost instantly get taken down and then continually fired upon to stop me regaining control. Bear in mind that a lot of rooms only have one camera in them, so you're cut off at that point. Look here, one camera in the room with my last biotank. You can see that on the map. They come in, destroy it in seconds after I've put down a few creatures, and then look, I'm actually wriggling my analog sticks at this point, but have you noticed it's hardly going off because they are actually shooting it still? Listen, the biotank gone. Yes, Annette,
How is this possible?
Yes, Annette, I also wonder the same. How is this possible? There was even a time when I used the equipment that makes the cameras greatly more durable, and they still got taken down insanely quickly. Why are the cameras so weak? Right, so at that point I'm basically just watching icons on a map, you know. Playing with a team makes this game an absolute cakewalk. If you've got a good team, you know as well as I do that this game is insanely easy. Again, it reminds me a lot of early Dead by Daylight where the killer was woefully underpowered. I'm not talking about modern Dead by Daylight, by the way. If you play it now, everything's a lot better balanced. The way you can be locked out of cameras reminds me of early Dead by Daylight when all the hooks could be sabotaged and you were basically stopped from hooking anyone. When everything is stun locked, when cameras are destroyed in seconds, what the hell am I here for? Seriously. I think most people who don't think Mastermind is a frustrating experience against good survivors haven't played as Mastermind. The Mastermind obviously has some obnoxious BS too, like Alex.
I can handle this.
I have a theory. Now do that again.
Altogether, that was about 5 minutes, including the bleed outs and respawns, of 4 traps. And that wasn't even the instant detonation build, if I recall correctly. Here's the thing though, these types of setups will become more and more common. The meta, because masterminds will feel like these are the only viable strats. So I played some Survivor games today whilst editing the audio, and every game was against an Alex with fast exploding traps. I don't want to go against that most of the time. Do you? I'd rather a varied variety. I don't want Spencer on turret all the time, or bloody insta-mines, or unkillable Daniel zombies all the time. I like some variety. I'd like to see some really creative strategies when I'm playing Survivor, and be able to use some creative strategies when I'm playing Mastermind. I'm sure you guys would like that too. There's so much variety and potential in this game. So good. Don't want it to die because of some silly balancing issues. I've played plenty of Survivor. I've probably even played more Survivor purely because the matchmaking bug made it easier to find Survivor at the moment, and the novelty hasn't worn off on Mastermind yet. As the Mastermind, you have to contend with 4 survivors having 4 different ults that all regenerate way quicker than all yours. And now with these cooldown equipment add-ons, Becca can now have infinite ammo every minute. And if she has a rocket launcher, then it's literally unstoppable. Every minute. I mean, she gets 30 seconds from destroying a biotank. 30 seconds from destroying a biotank. And, 10 seconds from every zombie she kills. She can literally just obliterate rooms now. Every minute. How can you contend with that? Valerie can revive people constantly. I understand getting time for manually reviving somebody because you've got to kneel down, you're taking the time and it's risky and you can be interrupted. But Valerie can just put her ult down and you sorted. I actually put my ult down, got downed, and then my own ultimate got me up. I got 15 seconds. I was like, okay, well, fair enough. And then went back to destroying the biotank that I was at. And that comes back so quick on its own already. But with these cooldown reductions, like you're basically resetting the team to full health, no infection every minute. Now I'm just going to mostly read and a little bit paraphrase a post by someone called Archangia on Reddit. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name. I did ask them if I could use this, and I will link the post and their profile in the description. The question was, are people still enjoying playing Mastermind? And they said, not at all. I'm heavily debating on uninstalling it. It's just not fun playing as Mastermind, and that's the role I actually enjoy. I play Survivor 2, but I find it boring. Someone else said this as well. Disappointing finding this game, as frustrating as it is, since I want to love this game. It's right up my alley. See, I completely 100% agree with that. But playing Mastermind has become more of an exercise in self-misery than anything else. It's not fun being completely powerless despite literally utilising everything the game has to offer to win. And I disagree with a ton of the gameplay decisions made. I think it's ridiculous that the Mastermind, the person who's supposed to be in control of the situation, literally has no choice whatsoever in half the aspects of the match. Random map choice. Objectives can spawn wherever they like the security car zombie. The biotanks also are just picked at random which one's open. Talking about the supply zombies constantly spawn on top of survivors. Hell, I've killed them plenty of times before they've even risen off the floor properly. Then in that bag you have special weapons like grenade launchers, flamethrowers, rocket launchers, you have sprays and ammo, and the areas are already absolutely plastered with items anyway. The ultimates of the survivors are very quick to regenerate, but not only that, you have to contend with 4 different ones, generally locking you out of your skills or locking your camera in place. Martin stunning everything in sight for ages. Now we've got Jill's rocket launcher as well. Becca's infinite ammo. Tyrone making things a tickle. And to be honest, Tyrone's personal skill is arguably worse. You can shut down so much with it, and so frequently. Even a tyrant. Look here to see me just ruin a tyrant's day with no effort, and then just mosey on off. Regarding the random nature of the biotanks opening and what order, let me explain what happened at the end of one of my games. So the tank that you can see here was the second tank to open in that game, and then the last tank to open was the one just across the way here on the walkway, and then obviously the door is right in between them. So that's 30 plus 30 plus 60 seconds, all just given to the survivors quite quickly in the space of a short amount of time. It's sad that we can't control which tanks open, because when you get a bad hand like this, it's really just devastating and there's nothing you can do. And now back to the Reddit post. The special card is an RNG gift despite survivors getting something concrete for the same objective. So weapons, first aid sprays, ammo, and 40 seconds. Hell, you don't even get to choose what card skills you get to use when. You just have to wait for it to crop up in your hand and pray it makes itself useful. I like the whole post, but this section especially resonated. I think the survivors are terribly bloated in their capabilities compared to the mastermind. What's the point of giving Jan the abilities to mess with cameras if every survivor can do the same? Why does Martin have the ability to stun groups, blow up groups, and disarm traps? Why can Valerie team heal, spawn grenades, because when she kills people she has the possibility of every enemy dropping a grenade. I literally got 2 grenades off 2 dogs in a row one time. And debuff Mastermind's enemies. For goodness sake, they're supposed to be survivors, not walking arsenals. Why the hell are they seemingly well prepared for this exact circumstance? The equipment point limit is obnoxiously low. Who said 4 slots, 15 points to fill the slots? Oh, and the highest tiered equipment is 6 to 8 points. No joke, I'd fire them, because that's the stupidest limit I've ever seen. You can't even outfit one Mastermind with a full kit of high to mid level equipment at max rank. Why? Why bother giving me all those tools if I'll get to use maybe 3 at a time? And they won't even be that powerful in the first place. The next bit's about the disparities between time, but I've already gone over that, so there's no point repeating. And then to finish up all of that with the common topics we've seen on this Reddit, and I'm pretty much over it. I'm about ready to call it quits and come back when, in brackets if, these things get balanced out, because right now I hate playing Mastermind, and that's the whole reason I put time into this game in the first place. And that's the same with me. I actually pre-ordered the game because I... Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Not sure if I'll make another one, but if you're interested or have any suggestions, then be sure to let me know. Just remember to please have a bit of understanding and empathy for your fellow players. Take care and stay safe, everyone.